a lot of us, have all came from different backgrounds. Everyone has some missteps along the way. You know what I'm saying? There might be some different things that any one of us, all of us might not necessarily be proud of everything we've always ever done. But one thing we can always look forward to is that we can start today on making our lives better, be better, put your best foot forward, be a better you.
So I can't ignore the complete obvious. You have a very luscious beard now.
Yes.
Like I feel
for
like
the listeners at home that might not know, let's give them a good description.
It's very thick, very full. It looks like you condition it, do you?
Yeah, I do, man, because it was dry for a while, man. You got to take proper care of your beard, man. I might have some beard products come out soon. Man.
I think Mijo might need them.
Hey, beard gang, we strong, man. We worldwide too, man. I went from just the landing strip, the soul patch, to I had to step it up to the full beard. Of course, shout out to my boy James Harden. It's the playoff time. I know there might be fighting words, but we ain't playing each other yet, so it's all love. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. But definitely, man. I had to grow the beard out, so I'm trying something new. This is the welcome to the beard era. You know what I'm saying? And this is, for the record, this is not my beard's first time in Portland. We were just out here a few months ago in Longview, and backed by popular demand is Paul Wall and my new beard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Mijo, I feel like we talked about the beard situation.
Yeah. So I'm like a weird person. I always take a weird turn. So we both got beards.
Right.
I'm working on mine. Yours is very beautiful.
You need to get that.
Thank you.
Luscious.
But I wanted to speak on someone else who had a beard, and it's kind of relevant what's happening right now, and that's Nipsey Hussle. And I just wanted to talk about if you guys had a relationship, what was that like? Had you ever talked to him? I mean, it kind of sucks to talk about, but he was just so important in the music industry.
It definitely does suck to talk about it, just being that his passing happened in the way that it did, but it's also a great sense of honor and pride to talk about too. Just the fond memories that I did get to meet him a few occasions, got to do different things with him, although we didn't get to do music. We would see often here and there, different award shows or just out in outings in LA or something. I went by the Marathon store several times. Big supporters. There's a strong connection between Texas and California for whatever reason. For many reasons, but there's a strong connection. So a lot of the things that he was doing in the community were being mirrored in Texas. We would see that, different people would see that, and just follow in his footsteps, not only just in Texas, but I think across the country, and seeing somebody turn their life around, and not even just turn it around, but just take, control of their life in a positive direction. And it's just something that inspired everybody because, a lot of us, have all came from different backgrounds. Everyone has some missteps along the way. You know what I'm saying? There might be some different things that any one of us, all of us might not necessarily be proud of everything we've always ever done. But one thing we can always look forward to is that we can start today on making our lives better, be better, put your best foot forward, be a better you, for the people around you, whether you got family, kids, nieces, nephews, people that look up to you, responsibilities like that, or if you're an artist or somebody, you're a role model, or if you just want to do it for your community or just for your own personal self. You got to always put your best foot forward, try to be your best self. You know what I'm saying? There's no excuse for just letting mediocrity just overcome you, and just, day by day, we all can just try to be a better you know what I'm saying? And I think that's just something that we all kind of took from watching Nipsey Hussle, was just, of course, his music. His music, his artistry was definitely top tier, top notch. We respected how he put his album out, you know what I'm saying? And he raised the price up, and he said, I'm not going the normal route that people are going these days where we're giving away music for free. He really just, it was just all moves that we could all support. Him starting a clothing line, a clothing store, just him and his woman locking down and just starting a family like that, just really seeing it. That's something that, a lot in hip-hop, myself growing up without a father was something that I struggled with when my son, his birthday was yesterday. He just turned 13. So, I have a son and a daughter. My son was born first, but it was something I struggled with being a parent, how can I be a good father to him when my father was a drug addict, my father was a child molester, he was so many things that I didn't want to be. So how can I be a better a man or a parent for my own son? So there's not too many people in hip hop who I can look to and say, if I want to, be married and have a family and be like the Obamas, go the whole ride scandal free, who can I look to as an inspiration or a role model? Of course, there's somebody like Jay-Z, Beyonce, but sometimes that's like on another level. So that's like not ideal or as being realistic. So, you see Nipsey Hussle and his woman, just their teamwork and them coming together just to build a family and supporting each other is just definitely something that myself and a lot of other people who have relationships, whether, me being married, whether you married or not, a lot of people who have relationships and have kids, you want to be better. So it's somebody, he inspired a lot of us definitely in that aspect. So he will be missed.
Yeah, I think it's relevant that he was just like in the community. Like you said, Jay-Z and Beyonce, they're another level, but he was always just still in like
right.
Slauson.
And I'm not saying that at all because Jay-Z's in the community too all the time, especially in Houston. Beyonce is always in the community, but I'm just saying like Beyonce and Jay-Z are like on a whole nother caliber and level, not just of hip hop, they're the biggest pop icons, music icons in the world of
it's
any
like they're
genre.
almost like I get what you're saying, like bigger than like people.
Right,
it's like we
right.
like almost like idolize.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, exactly. Whereas when like that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that to discredit them at all. But when I look to like husband and wife or good positive relationships or just role models in that aspect. A lot of times just through circumstances, whatever, you might get in a relationship with somebody and that might be cool, but just because y'all like having sex every night and getting throwed, it's not the same as starting a family. That's a different type of relationship. It takes a different type of maturity within your own self and whoever you're doing it with. So sometimes like when you're looking for a role model, like man, I don't want to be all scandaled up. I'm Obama, scandal free the whole ride. That's how I'm trying to go out. The whole ride scandal free. You know what I'm saying?
I guess one more question. You guys are both entrepreneurs. You guys are both huge in philanthropy. Was there like one piece of advice that you gave him or he gave you that like really stuck?
Definitely was always encouragement. Every time I saw him, it was always encouragement he was giving me or I was giving him, just mutual love and respect. Definitely, you know what I'm saying? And we see things, we support things in our own ways, in different ways, but it was just all just love and support every time. It was just more encouragement, keep going, because there's so many people in the world that just tear you down when they get a chance, just searching for your flaws like a detective. They out here like detectives with a magnifying glass, just looking for any little thing wrong with any, yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? It means a lot when someone says, hey, I got love for you, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Like, you dope. Just any of that type of encouragement, it means a lot, but especially when it's from somebody that you really do look up to and you respect, and you know what I'm saying? You have admiration for. So, it just means a lot. So, for sure, I can't say it was like one specific piece of advice, but anytime I ever seen him, it was all love at all times, all support.
Awesome.
Focused on the good.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah.